Give it to them. Drop by. Give it to them. You know what it is when you hear that? Give it to them. Joanna, your busy body busy tonight.
Man, that intro fire, man. Anyways, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Lambitious Podcast, the podcast with a purpose. Today is August 24th, 2021, and just happy to be here, back to school time. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and let me introduce the hostess with the mostest, Lady T. What's going on?
Hey, how y'all doing? Oh, gosh, good. Second week of school, so I'm still tired. My son is clearly needing my help to help him with a shirt. Yes, come here. Sorry.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's that time of year. So yes, back to school. All the kiddos are back. I know my son, he was a freshman last year and everything was virtual. So I feel like he was cheated. But he's in the building this year. So grateful for that.
Yes, we are all in person too. So.
Yes. So that's a good thing. They need the social interaction. So that's definitely a good thing. So, absolutely. But we have another host with the most, Mr. Patrick Francis, the man behind the scenes, the man with the plan. What's going on?
Man with the plan.
All right, I had to make sure my mic wasn't muted. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's up, everybody?
So much, man. The hardest working man in show business, man. What's going on?
Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody back together. We was out last week, but today we back bringing the energy with a great guest tonight. But yeah, you hit it on the nail when you said when you talking about getting the kids back, Lloyd, getting that interaction. I think that's a big thing that's missing, especially during the pandemic when everybody just had to be to themselves and pretty much like communicate online. Now they can hopefully interact. But I had, I was at work a couple of weeks ago and one of my coworkers caught COVID.
Oh wow.
So, and I know he doesn't really go out of the house much at all. So, it's still out there.
Oh yeah, it's still very prevalent. I mean, the only thing we could still do is just follow the CDC, still stay masked up. They're talking about if you took Pfizer, I believe that you might need a booster shot. So I mean, you have to do what you have to do to stay, and not only think about yourself but your loved ones and the people that you're around. That's the most important thing, in my opinion.
Yeah. And just praying and covering our kids, making sure that, we cover them just because, I mean, there's so many, I know out here in Fort Worth at Cook's, the beds are full. So they're either turning people away, and these are children, so it's getting real heavy out there with this new variant.
Did y'all hear Busta Rhymes come out talking about, forget the mask? He's anti-mask, basically. And he was like, I'm tired of wearing a mask. I'm tired of being scared of COVID. I'm about to go outside and just live my life. So,
I mean, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I will say that. However, if you're going to have that type of opinion, just you quarantine or be by yourself. Like, don't think about others. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have parents that are both over the age of 70 and stuff like that. So I can't be. And then we have kids younger than 12 that can't get a vaccination. So I can't be selfish and be like, man, thinking about myself, hey, I just want to go party and don't wear a mask because I'm tired of it. But I have to be, thoughtful of others.
Absolutely. Same.
So we're going to talk about a little bit of that. And
Pat, you breaking up, Pat.
Oh. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but it's breaking up.
Okay, let me take these off. Hold on. Okay, is that better? Nope.
I can hear him clear.
I can maybe it's me. I can hear you, but it's like breaking up.
Yeah, okay. Hey, you can hear me though, Lady T?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. I'll go out and come back in.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, hopefully everybody else can hear me, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring our next our guest on to the show. He is a credit Connoisseur, and he's able to help families and individuals reach their goals by achieving the credit that they need to reach those goals. So, welcome, Mr. Joe Rayson.
Thank you for having me on.
Welcome.
Can you hear me pretty well?
Yeah, I get you pretty good. You're not cutting in and out on my end.
Okay, that probably was on his side then. So yeah, welcome to the show. So like we were saying, we were talking about a lot of different things. We want to get into some of your thoughts on some of these current affairs that's going on. But first, go ahead, introduce yourself one more time to the audience and let them know what you do.
All right. Once again, thank you. My name is Joe Rayson. I'm a credit and financial literacy coach. I've been doing it for about 1.5 years. It's not only helped me, but it's helped. I've helped a lot of people, reach their financial goals and their credit goals to try to purchase a new house, a car, or just better their situation.
Right, and you say you've been doing this for 1.5 years?
Yeah, about 1.5 years. Yeah.
Okay. So as far as what you do and the mission that once again the LAMP has is financial literacy is one of those things that we are focusing on and bringing light to the community. What inspired you to get into this field and what's your motivation?
Yeah, well, I first started off with, I wanted to work on my own credit. I was trying to get a house. I was trying to, like I said, better my situation. And when the opportunity was brought to me about, why don't you help others, fix their credit and better their situation, I said, you know what? I love to help people. That's just me. I love to do that. So why not take the opportunity and do it? Like I said, the journey that I've been on myself, it's been great. Not only have my credit has improved, but just seeing everybody else, reach goals that they've been wanting to reach for so long and not knowing who to go to and, just not knowing who to trust. And that's the big thing. You just can't trust any and everybody with your personal information, your personal goals, and just knowing what your situation is. And, a lot of people are there also embarrassed as well, that the credit is bad. And I let them know, like, hey, my credit, when I first started off, my credit was like a 5, like in the low 5s. And I said, you know what? I'm tired of going to a car dealership and getting denied. I'm tired of going here and getting denied. I'm tired of having to go to this place and put down $2,000 on a 2003 Honda Accord or something like that, So I got tired of it. And, I just want to help everybody else out as well. So whoever is, trying to better their situation financially and credit-wise, I'm here to help.
That's awesome. Do you also help with investing?
Investing? No, I've actually been looking into that, but right now, no, just basically just credit and financial literacy. But investing, I have been looking into that.
Well, a couple things that stuck out to me, man. I listened, I observed. First of all, your shirt is fire. I love that, like the credit check. Great. I love that. We got to get one of them shirts, man. Yeah. Secondly, man, helping people, and that's what it's all about, passing it forward, because I think financial literacy is another one of those taboos in the community that gets swept under the rug, and you almost don't learn about it until it's too late. If you start early, with good credit and build your foundation, you can get that house, you can get that car, you can, have the credit ratio at a good ratio and everything. So that stuck out to me. And then again, just helping others with the financial literacy part. That piece, like Pat was saying, that's something that we are really building on, because we feel like that is just something that gets lost a lot. So thank you for doing that, and thank you for coming on.
I appreciate it. No problem.
Hey, Joe, got a question for you. Can you tell the community or whoever's watching that knows a little or very little about credit and how important it is? Tell them why it is important and what can you accomplish by increasing your credit score?
Well, first of all, why it's important is, number one, the American dream is to buy a house. So that's one of the American dreams, to buy a house. So with the right credit score, with the right what's the word I'm looking for? But yeah, with the right credit score, the higher the credit score, the less of I have a brain fart right now. Y'all got to excuse me. But the lower that your interest rate will be, and that's on the part. That's just about on anything that you're continuously paying on. Is the higher credit score, the lower your interest rate will be. And one thing about the home buying process, which a lot of people don't realize, when you're in the process of getting a house, you don't want to do anything to jeopardize your credit score. So you don't want to apply for any new lines of credit, because anytime that you apply for a new line of credit, rather if you get approved or not, your credit score is going to take a drop. Not a big drop, but it's going to take a drop. And so you want to stay in range of a certain credit score to get that house. You need anywhere on average a range of a 585 to about a 630 to be eligible for to get a home. And so in that process, anytime, like I said, anytime you apply for a new line of credit, your credit score is going to drop anywhere from 10 to 20 points. So you don't want to be at a 630, or let's say like a 600, and you're in the process of getting a house, but then you try to apply for something else and that drops your credit score. So they're automatically probably going to deny you just off of your credit score, because it dropped from whatever it was at the time until you try to do something else. So in the home buying process, you never want to do anything until you get the keys in your hand. Not till you sign the papers. No, until you get 2 keys in your hand, don't do anything to jeopardize your credit score.
Right. And in the home buying process, it can take months. I've seen it take as long up to a year and a half for a couple of people. I've seen some people do it in like 3 to 6 months.
Right.
But who knows? They may have had some experience prior to that. But if it's your first time, I know it's a lot that goes into it on the home buying process. And not only for purchasing homes, but what about like vehicles and just purchasing like a laptop from Best Buy or something you're trying to get credit for? That could play a huge role into paying. If a laptop costs $1,200, and you got to pay a high interest rate, by the time you finish paying it, you might be paying $1,800, right?
Right. You be paying extra, $1,000 more than what the actual cost of that laptop was. So, I've had plenty of clients say, hey, I'm trying to get this car, I'm trying to get this house. So the process that I put them through is a very simple, basic process. I tell them that, excuse me, it's not complicated. Just follow the steps. Trust the process.
How long does it take?
Everybody's situation is different. Some one person might have more derogatory items than the next person, or their credit history is better, is higher than someone else's. So it really just depends. On average, my clients usually stay with the services anywhere from 3 to 4 months. I've had some 6 to 8 months. I have some a year. So it just depends on their situation and if they're actually doing the work to get their credit to where they need it to be. Sometimes they might slack off and not do this or do that. So it just depends on the situation. Then it also depends on what they're doing as well. If they're doing the steps that that we give them, and if they forget a couple steps, that just slows down the process. If they do this, it slows down the process. So I try to keep them, on their toes to, hey, make sure you do this, because if you do this, don't do this, you're just slowing the process down even more. So other than that, it just depends on everybody's situation.
Mm-hmm. I have a quick question. So how can you separate a good, you have these people with the credit restoration programs, and like I've talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people say, man, it's just about the Fair Credit Act or whatever. All you have to do is do the disputes. You can do it on your own. It's electronic now. You don't have to go through nobody, because some of these credit restoration people are a lot. And I heard, you were saying that how you follow up with people. Some of them don't follow up. They get their money and like, okay, well, I asked you to dispute this, and this, and you didn't do it. Okay, right. Well, I got my $500 or whatever, so now you're feeling scammed. Whereas somebody that, like you said, is on top of, hey, you didn't do this, because some people you need to hold their hand, unfortunately, but some people.
Yeah, sometimes you might have to hold their hands a little bit, but I try to simplify everything, and it's really not it's not rocket science. It's real simple. We prepared the dispute letters for you. Once we prepare the dispute letters for you, look over those dispute letters. Make sure everything is the way it's supposed to be. We don't want to dispute anything that doesn't need to be disputed. So one thing when we dispute things, we look at your entire credit profile. We look at the inquiries that's on your credit profile. So in the past, we made mistakes. We're human. We made mistakes about disputing the wrong things. So that's why we try to keep all our clients involved in everything we do. So if you see something that doesn't need to be disputed, let us know right then and there. Hey, you know what? That's my current car loan. Don't dispute that, because if we dispute it, guess what's going to happen?
Yeah, right.
And they might try to come pick up your car. So like I said, we want everybody to be involved in what we're doing, so there won't be any hiccups, and we can catch it right then and there and go another route. So that's one thing that we do from companies, and also companies like Lexington Law. I actually was enrolled with them before I got into the business. One thing that separates us from Lexington Law is they only dispute 2 items at a time. So let's say you have 10 derogatory items. So the first round of disputes, we're going to dispute those 2. And let's just say those 2 items don't get deleted. So now you're back at square one of trying to get those deleted. I think I was with them maybe anywhere from about 8 months, and nothing was I didn't see any results. So I just say, you know what, I'll just try another company. I'll just wait later on down the line and try someone else. And then that's when I got with our program, and my first couple of rounds of disputes, I had like 5 items removed. And and the reason why our process is a little quicker is because with most companies, they give you the authorization for them to mail the letters on their behalf. And that's why they can only dispute a couple of items at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So by us preparing the letters for you and sending the letters to you to mail off, you can dispute everything at once. That quickens up the process a little bit. Now, there's no guarantee. We don't know when those items will fall off, but at the same time, they're being disputed and the process has already started. So the next round that we send out to you, we get more and more aggressively with those letters to get things removed as soon as possible. So that's just a little bit about our process that we do.
Okay. So look, I got a question. So the company you said you worked with before, is that pretty much like the I guess the competition?
Yeah, it is. I mean, and one thing that I don't do, I don't go around bashing other companies, other credit specialists, because there's some real good companies out there and individuals that know what they're doing. So and I've actually talked to plenty other credit specialists, and they gave me some information that I had no clue about. And we picked each other's brains, and we just picked each other's brains, and I, like I said, what's the saying? You can teach an old dog new tricks. Right. I'm always learning.
Right.
I don't be the best in the world. I don't claim to be, but I do. I know what I know, and I know what helps. And like I said, it just do your research on anybody that you come across. I don't expect anybody that I talk to right now to sign up right away and say, yeah, I want to work with you right now. I don't expect that. I mean, I appreciate it if you do, but at the same time, I don't expect it. If they ask for information, yes, here's my website. Check out the information. Take your time. If you have any questions, follow up with me. I'll be more than happy to answer them. So, I mean, yeah, it's competition. It's friendly competition. That's all it is. It's friendly competition. There's no hatred towards anybody else. I just inform them, hey, this is what we do. I don't know if you research what they do, but this is what we do. And it's up to that individual to take that information and use it.
Gotcha. And so kind of describe the type of person that needs your assistance. Who would, what would that person look like? What type of situation would they be in?
The That situation could be, they have a good credit. Their credit history, their payment history is good, but they have an eviction. They have repossessions. They have a bankruptcy, a foreclosure, child support, medical bills, student loans, collections, charge-offs. They have those, or it could be the total opposite. They don't have any derogatory items, but they need to build their credit. So we have a couple of systems that we have to help build up their credit score outside of just if they have any derogatory items. So either they have one or two, or they have both. And the majority of the time is both. And one thing is just like having no credit is like having bad credit. Right. And that was really me. At the time, I didn't have a lot of bad or derogatory items. I just didn't have enough credit. So I had to find ways to build up my credit by, applying for a secure credit card. Try to take on a loan that I knew that I could handle. And that's where your debt to income ratio comes in. I was talking to one of my clients earlier, and she said, "Yeah, I don't have too many derogatory items. It's just building up my credit." And when she threw in her debt to income ratio, I said, "Well, yeah, that's your problem. You can have a 720 credit score, but if your debt to income ratio, your debt's here, but your income is here, they're automatically going to deny you, because in their head, they're going to try to figure out, well, how are you going to afford this car or this if your income is you bringing in $3,500 a month, but right now your debt is about $4,000. Right. So that's a risk that they're taking on lending you that loan or that car or whatever. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to deny you just off of that. And of course, there's numerous ways that you can get denied, outside of having a good credit score. Not having enough credit, or as far as credit profile, or not profiles, but accounts. Mixture of length of your accounts. It's a lot of things that can deny you outside of just your credit score as well.
Yeah, it gets pretty deep. Like you said, it could be you can have a 750 credit score. What's the highest you can get? Like 850, right? Or 800?
Yeah, 850.
Yeah, you can have like a 750, 800 maybe credit score, and you may be stuck at purchasing a home that you can only pay for. They may approve you for like what, 800 or maybe 500 a month, and the home you want maybe like 2,000 a month. And you got a perfect credit score, but you still can't get into that home that you want to get into. And I know that's part of the things that you can help with. Like, tell us some of those success stories that you've had.
Some of the success stories. One of my clients, we talked about a month ago, and I usually try to follow up with all my clients at least once a month. So one thing that I do is I try to hold a live Zoom call for any updates that they might have, or questions that they might have, and the information that I have for them. I hold a call once a month just to see, hey, this is what's new. This is what you should be doing. If you haven't been doing this, let me know. Let's try to pick up the pace, pick up the process. One client, her credit score went up about 120 points off of our Credit My Rent program. That's a program that we now have that now you can report your on-time rent payments to your credit. And you can go back 2 years of good rental history and put all those payments that you have for the past 2 years, report to your credit. And the good thing about our Credit My Rent program is now those payments report within 7 days. So within 7 days, her credit score went up 125 points just off using that one program.
Wow.
And what is it called?
Credit My Rent.
Credit My Rent. Wow. Yeah. I need some of that. For real.
We've actually been having this service for probably about, if I remember correctly, about 6 months. And at the time when we first had it, it took maybe 30 days to 45 days for things to kick in. But now it's kicked in.
Moving. Yeah.
Your credit score going up 100 some odd points within 7 days just off one program. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Right. I've had plenty of clients that got their credit score where they needed. Now they're in the process of getting their home. And I had 2 that closed on their houses. They're good to go. I mean, I have tons of success stories. Not only my clients, but within just fellow agents. Same thing. You know, people getting cars, houses, or just like I said, a lot of people, you know, they already have the car they want, they already have the house they want. They just, you know, want to build up their credit to get it to where they need to, just in case anything happens. So there's tons of success stories. One of my fellow agents, they just had their student loans removed. So, and of course, that's majority of the time we usually get student loans, collections accounts, of course, medical bills. So once, you know, it's that feeling that they get when they get those student loans removed. It's like a feeling that I can't explain because I don't have student loans. So when they get, Joe, my student loans removed, oh my God, I'm like, I told you, just trust the process, just be patient, and things will happen. You know, depending on what the situation is, you know, like I said, I can't give you an exact time, but I can tell you that at least with student loans, you know, we have to fight with them a little bit, but at the end of the day, we can get them removed just like any derogatory item that you can think of that it can be removed.
Yeah, that fighting is going to be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big weight on a lot of people's shoulders right now.
Trying to see how much this program is.
The crazy thing about it, we're real affordable. You know, it's, you know, most companies charge thousands of dollars just for. I saw one guy, and I can't remember his name, and I'm not trying to bash him, but he was charging like $600 per derogatory item, and I'm like, so I have to pay if I have one item removed, okay, $600, that doesn't sound too bad. But if I have 10 plus items, so you mean to tell me I got to spend all this money to get this removed?
Right.
Now, if it's you know, if his program works, okay. But you know, that's one thing that, you know, when it comes to credit repair, a lot of people are looking at the price. They want to compare apples to oranges. I honestly, they want to see if, okay, first off, is he cheaper than this guy? Now, sometimes you can't go with the cheaper option, you know, because you, like I said, you can't trust everybody. So a lot of times I get, well, that's too good to be true for it to be that price. No, it's not too good to be true. The price is what the price is. So, I mean, like I said, either you take it or leave it. I'm not here to, you know, one thing I'm not about to do is convince you to fix your credit. That's one thing. I'm not in the business to convince anything. I inform you on the importance of credit and financial literacy. It's up to you to take the information and use it. Plain and simple.
That's right.
That's true. And every situation is not like a cookie cutter where everybody's situation is the same and you can do the same process for everybody. You know, every situation is different. Like you said, you may come in with a different goal, and that goal may be, you know, take longer or shorter. Everybody's different. And just like with like we're in financial aid, everybody's different in that aspect. So, but definitely if somebody's charging $600 for one derogatory mark, and an example of a derogatory mark is what?
Like I said, student loans, medical bills, charge-offs,
things like that,
foreclosures,
repos,
yeah, all of that stuff. All that would be considered a derogatory item. And you know, I've seen some pretty bad situations. And a lot of times, this is one thing. A lot of times, people have bad credits because, you know, they fell on hard times. You know, they lost their job, they lost their wages. So, but 99% of the time, it's because, you know, that's the situation. They lost their job or just couldn't afford, you know, what they had at the time. You know, because I don't think anybody intentionally just said, I'm not going to pay this bill or I'm going to be late on it. You know, so a lot of people, we run into hard times. Hell, I have, you know, I feel into hard times, and that's basically how my credit was, you know, where it was. So it's, you know, and it's a situation, it's an easy situation to get out of. You just gotta prepare for it and prioritize. And that was definitely me back in the day. Like I didn't, you know, I didn't understand or realize the importance of credit. And so I'm like, well, when that time comes for me to get a house or want a house, that's when I worry about it. And that's a big mistake. That's a big mistake. Don't wait until, you know, say my lease ends in December and then I start the process next month. Because like I said, we guarantee on how things are going to go. Now we hope for and pray for a quick solution, and sometimes it does happen, but there's no guarantee.
Right.
So let's say your lease ends in February. Right now, if you're trying to get a house right now, the time to start, making those preparations to save up money for the house and to work on your credit if you need it. So I post this a lot on social media. Don't wait until you need credit repair to get the things that you want. Start preparing for it months before, because I get messages every day. How quick can I do this? How quick can I get that? And sometimes I just ignore those messages because I'm like, I can tell now working with them will be difficult. And I just hey, if you're looking for quick results, I'm not the guy you should be talking to. I'm not.
Yeah. Those
Financial literacy is almost like working out, man. People like, hey, I'm going to Hawaii next month, so I need to get this 6-pack. And it's like, don't start now if you know you've been doing wrong. So it's a marathon and not a sprint.
There you go. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Exactly. You go.
Exactly. And we over here at our 30-minute mark where we promised to get you out. So, but please tell the people that are out there, why would they choose you to help them and their families reach their goals?
Why you should, allow me to help you is I'm very hands-on with all my clients. I'll break the process down from top to bottom. I'll let you know what you should do, what you shouldn't do. And if you just follow the steps, follow the regulations that we give you, you will be fine. I'm not going to tell you anything that you don't need to know. Everything that I tell you is for the betterment of helping you out. Like I said, I'm always, my phone never goes off. I've gotten calls and text messages and Facebook messages, Instagram messages at 3:00 in the morning asking for help. And a lot of times I respond. I rarely get any sleep. A lot of people don't know I barely get sleep. I work off of 4 hours of sleep a day. I know that's not good, but that's just how I am. Like I never get too busy to help someone out. So my line is always open. And if I don't respond right away, trust me, I'll respond in a timely manner. So I'm just, like I said, that's just me. That's my personality. I love to help people any way I can. And if I can't do it, trust me, I'll find a way to get it done. So that's why you should go with me.
So how can they find you on social media?
All right. So you can find me on Instagram at Joe Rayson, and then it's 3 I's after that. My Facebook page is Joe Rayson. Now I have like 3 profiles on Facebook. So just click on the one I have like a blue suit on. You can catch me on TikTok, Joe Rayson. And then my Facebook page is Connoisseur Services. Now, this is the crazy thing about this. When I created my Facebook page and my business name, it took me maybe like 3 weeks to come up with a name. So when I finally came up with my name, I wanted it to be something that that just doesn't attack with one. It wouldn't attack with one thing. It could be a broad name. So I said Connoisseur Services, because eventually I wanted to branch out and do other things as well. So I said Connoisseur Services, Creative Financial Literacy Services. So that's how you find me on Facebook, Connoisseur Services. And then I also have my business number. Text credit to 469-297-6098. That is another way that you can get a hold of me. I actually, right before we got on this call, I had like 5 people message me and ask me about, tell them about the situation. I said, you know what, give me a second. I'll get right back to you. But those are the ways you can get a hold of me. And like I said, I'm pretty much 24/7. Don't hesitate to call, text, message me, Facebook message me. I'm here. I'm here for you.
Cool. Now, anybody do you, Chip, or Lady T, y'all got any random questions for him before we go off?
What you got?
I'm gonna say before Chip goes. I'm gonna say, what's the most exotic food you've ever eaten?
The most exotic food eaten. And you know what? Off the top of my head, nothing too exotic. It's just the basics because, like I said, I've never been out of the country, so I never had to experience. Yeah, I've never got a chance to experience like another country's culture, their food. So
that's right.
Yeah, I most exotic I'll probably say, and it's not exotic, but like seafood, and I love seafood, so that's the most exotic that I can just think of off the top of my head. But I want to go to man, there's so many places I want to go to. It's a lot. I got a whole bucket list of countries that I need to get to because I love to eat. So yeah, I'm patiently waiting. You know, I need to get my COVID shots so I can actually travel out the country. But as far as exotic foods, there isn't anything too exotic that I've had so far.
Okay. Let us know when you're ready to get out of the country.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I need to get out of the United States. I've been pretty much all the South. I haven't been up north too much, but I've been to the South, Atlanta, Florida, Miami. I've been everywhere over there. West Coast I've been, but yeah, I don't really care about anything in the United States. I want to go out of the country to get the real experience of other cultures. So that's what I really want.
Well, I got a quick random question. Cause again, I know we're trying to get you out of here. So whose album are you anticipating more, Kanye or Drake?
Ooh, man. You know what? I'm gonna go with Kanye because all the stuff that Kanye's been through, his album, you gonna feel it in his album.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I'm not saying that Drake doesn't do the same thing, but to me, Kanye is just like he's that artist that he doesn't give a damn. He's gonna say what's on his mind, what's on his heart, and you actually gonna feel it. So I'm gonna have to go with Yeezy on that one.
Easy. Who you going with, Chip?
You can't go wrong with anyone. I mean, Certified Lover Boy, or you got Yeezy, you know. So,
right.
You can't go wrong. But I feel what Joe was saying too, man. Yeezy, he just went through a divorce, so it's gonna be a lot of pain in that one. So, and then I think when he living at the Georgia Dome, he rented out the whole Georgia Dome to do the album.
Yeah,
he's crazy.
That's crazy. But that's it's only certain artists that can do stuff like that. Ye is one of them. He's one of them that can just do something off the wall like that, and it'd be like, and it make it look like it's normal. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, we are at the end of the show, so just let the people one more time know we can reach you on your Instagram.
Yeah, my Instagram, it's right there. Joe Rayson, 3 eyes. I'm more on. I'm on Facebook and Instagram all day. But the best way to get a hold of me is on Facebook and through text. Like I said, numbers 469-297-6098. So reach me there, Facebook. Then, like I said, Instagram as well. My business is so heavy on Facebook. I'm on there way more because I get tons of leads. I get a lot of messages, random messages. Hey, Joe, I was referred to you by my friend, my sister, whoever. But either way is good.
And even if somebody wants to do what you're doing, right, they can reach out to you.
Yes, yeah. So if you're interested in doing what I do as far as creating financial literacy, I can definitely help you there. I give you the whole breakdown of the system of what I do. Basically, if you're coachable, trainable, willing to learn, you don't doubt yourself, you're motivated, you'll be successful just like I am at this. So that's what I need on my team is people that's hungry, that's motivated, that's trainable, coachable, and won't give me any excuses. I get excuses all the time. Hey, you know, I got kids too. I got a 9-to-5 too. I got this, I got that. So I don't tolerate excuses. I really don't.
Right. So somebody that's working a full-time job, would you recommend this for them, or would you prefer somebody that can go 100% and go into this business?
So when anybody that comes into the business, you know, 9 times out of 10, they already have a 9-to-5. And so the one thing that it's a few questions that I always ask them is, How much are you looking to make starting out part-time? And how many hours do you think that you can get to make the money that you want to starting out part-time? And if they can give me realistic goals, and I tell them, like, this isn't a get rich quick scheme. No, it's not. Some of our top leaders in the company, they're millionaires, but they've been doing this 5+ years. So of course they have the team, they have everything that they need, but it's not something that's just gonna make you a millionaire overnight. No, trust me, if it was that easy, I would be a millionaire right now. So it's just about being dedicated and putting in the work. For the results that you put in is based off of the effort that you put in. If you treat this like a hobby, you get paid like a hobby. If you treat it like a $1 billion company, you get paid like a $1 billion company. And that's what I tell everybody. It's all about putting in the work. You can't start any business, without hard work, making sacrifices. It's going to be days where you're going to have to make a decision. Do I take my son to football practice, or can I find someone to do it for me so I can be on this training call? We do trainings at least 3 times a week. And, now that I'm, I don't have my kids full time like I used to. Even if I did, I guarantee you I would not miss a training call. I wouldn't miss this. I wouldn't miss that. Because we have, single mothers, single fathers in the business. They have 3+ kids, and they have a 9 to 5, and they still do the business. They still make the training calls. They still promote their business. They still do this. So any excuse that anybody gives to me, it goes in this year and goes out this other year. It doesn't make me any difference. So just do the work and trust the process. That's it.
Right. You sound like my old coach. We call you Coach Joe.
Yeah.
No excuses.
No excuses. I mean,
no excuses.
Because there is none.
That's what a lot of people need. Somebody to just give them that little extra push and not allow them to get away with what they've been doing, so they can get on the road that they want for success and meeting their goals. But once again, we appreciate you coming on the show. I know time is money is time, but I think it paid off for you to be on the show tonight for us. So I know you got clients to get back to. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And anytime y'all need me to come on, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to hop on anytime.
Awesome. Okay. Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Good show. That's some good information. It's a lot of information, so you can go like, hours and hours. And I could talk to them about it, all day, all night. So
you see, your mind was like this.
Yeah, I enjoy talking about it. So it's like a whole lot of stuff, but you don't want to just throw everything on people.
We should do like a monthly financial literacy thing, like a whole month.
I was wondering if he worked with kids. I know we were running low on time.
I had that thought too. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, credit is something. I think if, like you said, don't wait. If it's introduced at a very early age, it could be beneficial. So.
Right. Did you want? I think he's still there. You want to bring him back on?
Lady T said she gotta go. That's what she told her.
We can do it. That's one question.
There it goes.
Yeah. I gotta get my baby in the bed.
You heard that question, Joe? Do you work with the youth?
Yes. Well, you know what? One thing that I've actually been looking into is trying to find a way to get into the school systems about credit and financial literacy. Because like I said, we weren't taught that in school. Trust me, if we all knew about credit and had words, we all would have 850 credit scores and mansions and Rolls Royces by now,
Right.
But that's one thing that I've actually been looking into is trying to find a way to get it in schools because, at the end of the day, a lot of things that they're teaching our kids and us in school, we're not even using that right now. Mm-hmm. So why not, incorporate something that's going to be with us, to the day we die, basically. Finance, credit, budgeting, things like that. I actually had, it was one course I took. maybe my freshman, sophomore year. I can't even remember what it's called, but it was basically along the lines of budgeting and stuff like that. I guess it's called finances or whatever. But I feel like we need more of that in elementaries and middle school because this is the crazy thing about it. We have an 18-year-old in our business. Guess how much money he makes a month with his team? Just take a wild guess.
18-year-old per month?
Yeah, per month. Guess how much he makes?
I'll say $2,500.
He makes anywhere from about with his business anywhere from about 10 to 15,000 a month. 18. He just closed on his on a 2021 Mercedes-Benz.
Wow.
Let's close on it. I made the post. Well, I didn't make it on Instagram, but I made the post on Facebook last week. 18 years old. And I actually met him at our business convention 3 weeks ago in Orlando. 18 years old. So age doesn't matter. It's all about the knowledge.
Right.
And this is a good credit tip right here. So put your kids as an authorized user on your credit cards. Because as you're making those on-time payments and you're making those payments, all it's doing is helping their credit. So when they get 18, guess what? They won't need you to co-sign for a car or co-sign for a lease. Their credit score is already there for them. They won't need your help.
Very smart.
Man, that's like I'm sorry, that's so good. Sorry, I had to tap out real quick. But that generational wealth, like seriously, like I'm so passionate about passing on, you know what I'm saying, wealth to my, children. And so like you said something right there. And I listen to these podcasts all the time and they talk about how, generational wealth is saving up $20,000 to put down a house for your children. You know what I'm saying? Like, over time, putting that money away for your kids when they graduate from college and stuff as their, gift when they get married or whatever the case is. And like passing that down from generation to generation and stuff like that. So.
Yep. I made another post this week. It was last week. I said, I'm leaving behind wheels, not bills to the next generation.
That's right. That's good.
Bills. Yeah. When I pass away, I don't want to leave, all
struggle.
My kids now. I want to leave money to them. Like, hey,
y'all yes.
Do right with the money. Don't blow it. Just do right with the money. And that all starts, with stuff like that. So we start them off at an early age, once they get, at least early mid-20s, hey, the knowledge is there. All they're doing is just applying it. That's it.
Right.
And I know. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Pat.
I was just gonna say the key word is do right. Is make those payments on time because you don't want your mom messing up your credit. Right. Because she get a card and put you on it and she's like, oh, it's in little baby's name. And his credit messed up.
Another credit tip. So when it comes to credit cards, especially my first credit card I got was when I was in college back in 2004, 2005. So my first credit card, I'm like, man, let me go to the mall and just buy these shoes, and not knowing that I got to pay that money back. I'm thinking that's free money. No, that's not free money. I pay that back. And so now, of course, that's been off my credit for years, but like when you dealing with credit cards, a lot of people just don't understand how to properly use them. So they think that, well, my credit limit is $1,000. I can use that whole $1,000 and I'll pay it back. That'll be fine. No, that's not how that works. So when you have any credit card, the ideal rate is 30% of that balance. But for the best rate, you want to have anywhere from, I say, 5 to 8% of the balance. So I have 2 credit cards right now, and one credit card I use for gas. I use it once a month. The other one I might use for like if I go to like McDonald's or something like that. I use real small purchases with it. That's easy to pay back. It's easy to pay back $25 compared to $250, especially if you know your finances. Right. I know what I can afford and I know what I can't afford. So, sometimes you might have to do what you have to do. You might be in a situation where you have to max out that credit card. But we try to, that's where saving for rainy days come in right there.
Right.
So if you save for rainy days, then you won't have to max out a credit card. You won't have to go get a loan, for whatever reason. So it's just, we can go on this for days.
Exactly.
With all the stuff that I know. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff. Yeah, we talk about this all day. I'm ready.
I was like, we need to do a whole month series.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm down for it. Just all you do is let me know. I'll let you know my schedule, and I'm usually free like Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the weekends, of course, are pretty much the best times for me because on Mondays and Wednesdays, that's when we do our trainings around this time. So any day but a Monday or Wednesday, I'm good to go. Just let me know.
Okay. Sounds good.
I have another question, but I know we got a part 2, so I'm gonna keep that question in because since we running over.
Okay. Yeah, save it for next time. When I got.
All right. Well, I'll let you close it out, Chip.
Pretty much. What you talking about? Lamp or
just lamp? We didn't get to recap. I know.
Well, we have a back to school drive. I want to thank Councilmember Tarsha, also Plumber. We had a great award show. This is our new shirts that we're gonna launch. Purpose with the logo. A lot of people ask about those, so it's popping on that. We have something coming up in October, and of course, we always do our toy drive. So we're working on all that. Just giving back to the community, passing it forward, like our friend Mr. Joe was talking about, and in a different capacity.
Cool. You got anything for the audience, Lady T?
I actually just finished my online course for Charm School, so it is officially launched. So that means there's 6 classes that people can buy, and it's a whole session. And just kind of getting ready to again, revamp some stuff and get ready for the scholarship pageant. But they'll have online courses that they'll be able to do. And so I'll have the link next time where people can kind of go and check it out. And so I just finished that. So that's a huge accomplishment for me. And then I started school yesterday. So
congratulations. Oh, yes.
Yes, congratulations. That's the hardest part, is just get started. So you already did that.
Absolutely.
So, all right. So we're about to close out. Any final words you want to leave us with, Joe?
Once again, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm just trying to spread the gospel about credit and financial literacy. It's real out. It's real. Yeah. If you want the nice car or the house that you want, you got to get your credit right. You got to get the finances right. You got to be fully committed to getting that stuff, because if you're not all in, I'm telling you, the process is going to be long, get drawn out. You're going to start getting discouraged. You're going to start feeling like, man, this ain't going to work. This never works. It's not working because you're not dedicated. You're not putting in the time and the work to get it done. And that's what it basically falls down to. You just have to put in the work, trust the process, and of course, get the right help. Like I said, not only me, it could be anybody that I work with, one of my fellow business partners. We have some good people, very knowledgeable people in the company. So just, like I said, just take the time, find the right person, and follow the steps that they give you. It's that easy. It's not rocket science. Credit repair is not rocket science. And for those I want to say this, for those who do say I can do it on my own, there's some that can. But 9 times out of 10, and once they see the work that they have to put in, they always come to me. Yeah, I tried doing credit repair. I don't have the time for it. I don't have the time to do it. Exactly. So that's where you let me help you out, and I'll take care of you.
Right. And so just make sure you do not rush. It's not a quick, get quick done or whatever, get it done quickly. Right. It's going to take a while. Everybody's goals are different. Mm-hmm. And like I said, Joe is the man. So check him out. So we're about to head out of here, and we will see y'all next Tuesday. Ambitious Crew, we out. Cloud is me and all my heart, and I
to them. Drop by, give it to them. You know what it is when you hear that? Give it to them.
Joanna, your busy body busy tonight.